Have you ever wanted to make your own sourdough bread at home? Well, the first step in that process is creating your very own sourdough starter. This might sound intimidating, but it's really quite simple. It's all about time, patience, and a little bit of science. So, grab your flour and water, and let's embark on this baking journey together. The ingredients you need to start your sourdough journey are incredibly simple, just flour and water. That's right, only 2 ingredients. The magic happens thanks to the natural yeast and bacteria present in the flour and the air around us. They'll work together to ferment the mixture, creating a lively, bubbling starter that will give your homemade sourdough its unique tangy flavor. Step 1. Begin by mixing equal parts of flour and water in a glass jar. You'll want about half a cup of each to start with. Stir until there are no dry bits of flour left. Cover the jar loosely with a lid or a cloth secured with a rubber band, and leave it at room temperature. Step 2. Be patient. This is where time comes into play. Allow your mixture to sit for 24 hours. During this time, the natural yeast and bacteria will start to do their job. Step 3. After 24 hours, you might start to see some activity in your jar. There might be bubbles forming and it might have a fresh, fruity aroma. This is a good sign. Now, it's time to feed your starter. Dispose of half of the mixture, leaving only half in the jar. Add another quarter cup each of flour and water and stir well. Step 4. Repeat the process. For the next 5 to 7 days, you'll repeat step 3. Dispose of half the mixture, then feed it with equal parts flour and water. You're looking for consistency in its activity. It should reliably double in size 2 to 3 hours after feeding, before falling back down. And there you have it. After about a week of feeding and patience, you should have a healthy, bubbling sourdough starter, ready to be used in all your sourdough baking adventures. Remember, every sourdough starter is unique, just like us. They might look different, smell different, and even behave differently. But with care and regular feeding, your starter will be your trusty companion in the kitchen, helping you bake delicious, tangy, homemade sourdough bread. So, to summarize, start with equal parts flour and water. Let it sit for 24 hours. Then, for the next week, dispose of half and feed it with more flour and water every day. Wait for consistent activity, and then, voila, your own homemade sourdough starter. This is just the beginning of your sourdough journey. With this starter, the world of sourdough breads, pancakes, pizza crusts, and more is at your fingertips. So what are you waiting for? Happy baking!